Hey, run for
Let
your
me hear you
life.
say, oh.
What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? How are you guys going? So this is a little different, not coming on the same day that I accustomed doing the podcast, but we are doing it live. We are doing it live, man. Let's see who is in the chat. Let's see who is in the chat. We have Fancy Action Now. What up, man? First time I'm seeing you here. What up? Yataza. What up, man? Stephen Bishop. That's a gentleman named, Stephen Bishop. What up? Caesar Salad from the 90s. I like that name. I like that name. That's a good name. Yo, Mr. Garnett. What up, man? Backstrap man, the only man who could read the news with a backstrap on. Backstrap man, what up? Gaming since the 80s. What up, man? Ant. Yes, this is a sickness. It is. It's a sickness, man. But don't worry, we have the cure. Let me get some music in the back here for you guys. All right? We have the cure, man. So we know the show would be starting in the next hour. So in the meantime, let's discuss some stuff, right? So we know that these gaming streets have been wild for the past few weeks. I mean, there are so much news that we could talk about. It's not even funny, right? The first thing I wanted us to talk about before the show began was, it appears that one of Sony's faithful, Neil Druckmann, is in problems. So much so that Sony had to delete an interview that he had not too long ago. Now, this interview was held by Sony themselves. Let's see, as this YouTube channel, is it Skill Up? This YouTube channel talks about it. Yes, Skill Up. Let's listen to this interview here.
I'm in a bit of trouble staying on message lately. By now, you may have heard about that absolutely disastrous Neil Druckmann interview, only it wasn't disastrous for him, at least not in the end. Okay, so here's what happened. Earlier...
So as you all know, Neil Druckmann is he's the lead developer there for The Last of Us, right? Very acclaimed developer. And, just to backtrack a bit, Sony did not really give any kind of input when it comes to AI. But, just so happened that AI questions came up in this interview, and it seems like things did not go as planned. Listen.
Yeah, last week, Sony.com, so the official Sony website written by Sony PR people, posted an interview that they had conducted with Neil Druckmann, head of Naughty Dog and creative director for the Last of Us franchise. In it, Neil apparently said some things that raised a few eyebrows and a few tempers. According to the interview, Neil was broadly very complimentary of and excited about AI and what it would mean for the future of game development. Quote, and I use the term quote very loosely here for reasons that will become apparent very soon. Quote, AI is really going to revolutionize how content is being created, although it does bring up some ethical issues we need to address. With technologies like AI and the ability to do motion capture right from home.
What are your thoughts about, AI in video games? Are you guys for it? Are you guys against it? We know that if the industry goes fully in with AI, persons will lose their jobs. The job pool will become, a little harder, and persons would, game developers, artists would go home. What are your thoughts on AI?
Home but reducing both costs and technical hurdles, opening the door for us to take on more adventurous projects and push the boundaries of storytelling in games, end quote. This grab met a huge amount of backlash online, with many creatives suggesting that Neil was downplaying the risks that AI poses to the livelihoods of creatives, while also bringing up Naughty Dog's long and well-documented history of crunch. I saw more than one tweet suggesting that Naughty Dog needs to rely on AI in future, since human beings don't want to subject themselves to the famous Naughty Dog culture. But to be fair, recent reports about the studio's working conditions are far better. The line that really got people going in this interview, though, was this one, where Neil was teasing the project he's currently working on. And if his words were accurate, he'd be doing some of that old school hype we haven't seen since the Peter Molyneux days. Quote, "I'm eager to see how this new game resonates, especially following the success of The Last of Us, as it could redefine mainstream perceptions of gaming," end quote.
So here is, Neil Druckmann making a very bold claim, saying that the game that he is working on now, presently, it could redefine the mainstream gaming. What does Neil mean by that? Is this statement true? What do you mean it could redefine the gaming industry? So what, we will be playing, but we'll be playing with our feet or something? What's going on? We know that Sony has that feet peripheral. You think I'm lying? Go and Google it. Sony is looking in playing games with your feet. Neil Druckmann could be getting at, think about it, Last of Us playing with just your feet. That would be amazing.
So, not just a good game, not just a great game, but a game that will redefine our perceptions of video games. Cue endless, relentless dunking on Twitter, Reddit, TikTok. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if people wrote letters to their local parliamentarian complaining about how bad this quote is. So that was
And you're right, Yataza. Think about playing baby steps with a controller all on your feet. I mean, these ponies would be in their glee.
a bad moment for Neil, but that's what happens when you say dumb stuff. Or more specifically, that's what happens when a PR department rewrites your answers to make it sound like you said dumb stuff. And that is exactly what happened. We got wind of it first when Druckmann put out a very carefully worded statement on Twitter saying, quote, "In editing my rambling answers in a recent interview with Sony, some of my words, context, and intent were unfortunately lost," end quote. He'd then go on to post a section of the transcript that shows one section of the interview. He was talking about how The Last of Us TV show had shown non-gamers that video games were really powerful storytelling platforms. And he loved that reaction, and he's excited to continue working on his current and future projects in the hope that they elicit a similar reaction.
So, yes, so what he's saying is that Sony got it wrong. What he was really referring to was his TV show. How the TV show, make persons made the viewer think differently about gaming. So, I don't know what's going on there with Neil and Sony. What exactly was so bad about that interview that they had to take it down? I mean, eventually we know the industry would implement AI in some way, shape, or form. By taking it down because he have an opinion on AI is just silly, in my opinion.
That all sounds pretty good, and it's a pretty far cry from our next game will redefine mainstream perceptions of video games. Like, if you were really bad at your job and you had no interest in accurately reflecting what Neil said and you just wanted to put together a verbal hype reel, then sure, you could summarize it that way, and it would be kind of in the general vicinity of correct, maybe, sort of, but that's not what he meant, and that's absolutely not what he said. Some further days passed, and Sony then put out a statement on the matter. If you click the link where the interview was, you'll now see that the interview is gone, replaced by this apology. Quote, "In re-reviewing our recent interview with Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann, we have found several significant errors and inaccuracies that don't represent his perspective and values, including..."
So wait. So Sony sent out an apology, apologizing on Neil's behalf, saying that what he said does not represent him. I don't understand what Sony is doing there. Did he let something out of the bag or something? Because they removed the video altogether. They tried to scrub the entire internet from it altogether. But I'm trying to understand what was the big deal, right? I wish the interview was up. I didn't get to see it. I mean, that would have been good content there, but we'll have to see.
including topics such as animation, writing, technology, AI, and future projects. We apologize to Neil for misrepresenting his words and for any negative impact this interview might have caused him and his team. In coordination with Naughty Dog and SIE, we have removed the interview, end quote. A serious black eye for Sony's PR, but would you believe that that interview wasn't even the worst thing they put out this week? Sony were gearing up for a presentation to investors.
Look at this here, guys. Look at this. I did not show it last time, but Sony had, in their Beyond meeting, they had a video, right? And this is PlayStation video for the future. This is how they envision the future, right? But let's take a look at this video. Most likely you all would have seen it already. But look at this
week, and to help grease the wheels, they put up whatever the fuck this is.
Hey, what?
Those stories, that fire inside us, it's catching. It's gonna lead, bound over the tangible, the digital, into realms untrodden, unimagined, beyond the edges of our little worlds, and into places no one's dreamed of yet.
This is Sony's vision for the future of video games or entertainment or the metaverse or something. It's a promo reel full of products that don't exist, people doing things they will never actually do, and a voice breathlessly farting out inane phrases like they mean something.
You telling me Backshot fan, this is stupidness. I don't know where that guy came out from with that, man. Come on, man.
It's 2 minutes and 12 seconds of total nonsense, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say it.
So we know right now there are information about Sony coming out with a new handheld console, right? Now look at this here. Forget about the handheld console. Sony is saying that in the future they would have mastered gravity. Why is this screen floating in thin air? What is Sony trying to say? That forget about the games, forget about the graphics, how much flip-flops it have. How Sony is getting a screen to float in thin air? This is a sickness here. This has to be a sickness.
The tangible, the digital, into realms untrodden, unimagined, beyond the edges of our little worlds, and into places no one's dreamed of yet.
This is Sony's vision for the future of video games or entertainment or the metaverse or something. It's a promo reel full of products that don't exist, people doing things they will never actually do, and a voice breathlessly farting out inane phrases like they mean something. It's 2 minutes and 12 seconds of total nonsense, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say that it feels like AI made this. Like if you fed a bunch of prompts to ChatGPT and Sora with the aim of making a Sony entertainment hype reel for gullible investors, this is what it would spit out. I really did find myself checking the number of fingers on all the people in the video to see if I could spot the AI, since sadly we have come a long way since Will Smith spaghetti. So that vision of Sony's future is
What's up with that there, man?
not really anything, but one thing they are working towards is mobile. And we know this because just this week, Sony put up a...
It's amazing that, some of these Sony fans were saying that Microsoft is going mobile. And Sony came out this week talking about how they are going for a serious push to mobile. They're even doing a harder push when it comes to VR to mobile now. So this is very interesting news here.
Job advert for a mobile platform architect, and that role told us quite a bit about what Sony are thinking. Quote, PlayStation Studios Mobile is seeking an experienced software engineer to design PlayStation's platform for developing, publishing, and operating free-to-play mobile games. An individual in this role will spearhead the design and implementation of this platform, working in partnership with internal teams to connect mobile games to PlayStation services.
PlayStation, they want to conquer mobile now. Look at this. Look at this. Let's see how things develop with this mobile when it comes to PlayStation. But we know that Microsoft too, they are coming out with their mobile store, Microsoft Gaming, and we know that they too are putting, games that they would have created, seeing that they would have bought ABK on mobile, right? Very interesting.
and ensure that all mobile games meet PlayStation's quality standards, end quote. The quality standards they're referring to are, of course, those we experienced for ourselves in The Last of Us PC port. If you know, you know. Sony are unlikely to be going into the mobile space with the same gusto that Microsoft are. Microsoft just bought King, and that's kind of a big deal since they're one of the world's largest mobile game publishers. Still, it's a space with an absolutely absurd amount of money on the table, way more than what we see in premium gaming, so it's unsurprising to see Sony direct at least some of their resources here, especially after strong gains achieved in the PC market. Speaking of PC, did you...
Yeah, so PlayStation is looking at that mobile money. They want to get some of that mobile money, seeing that, you know, their operating cost is not the best at the moment. They would like it to be bigger. So going into mobile would no doubt basically spreading their wings would no doubt increase their profits, and this is what they want.
Hear what new PlayStation boss Hermen Hulst had to say about PlayStation's approach to the PC market. Speaking to investors just today, he says that live services will always launch on the PC at the same time as on console, but that single-player games will take a different approach, launching on console first and PC after. We already knew that, so nothing new there. But then he went on to say that part of their strategy rests on the idea that PC gamers who buy a single-player game on PC will then purchase a console to play the sequel of that franchise.
Wait. Now, this is a... Now, I addressed this in the last video I dropped about 2 hours ago, right? Now, what Pee Wee Herman is saying here what? We are going to put live services game onto PC day and date. So never again would you see a live service game going on PlayStation exclusive. It will always be going day and date with the PC. Now that's a change from what Sony has been doing over the years. No other platform got a PlayStation game before or at the same time with PlayStation. So that's a big change for Sony. But then I heard something strange. Let me just say a shout out to SMW Freak. I don't want to know what that is. Also, Kareem. What up, Kareem? And Boss Red 77. What up? Don't forget, guys, hit that like button. So, yeah. So then, Pee Wee Herman, he said that here it is. By introducing Xbox, by introducing PlayStation games to PC gamers, all games, what they are hoping is that when a sequel does come out, that PC gamers would buy a PlayStation 5 to play the sequel. Now, this is the same group that basically downvoted Helldivers 2 because they had to pull up a PSN account. You could understand that? Just to sign into a PSN account or make a PSN account, the PC community did not want that. And now Sony's strategy is that here what? By putting these first-party games on PC a year after or 2 years after, is going to drive PlayStation console sales so that PC gamers will play the sequel. PlayStation has to be smoking rum.
So Ghost of Tsushima has just landed on PC, and Hulst imagines that next year, or whenever Ghost of Tsushima 2 arrives, PC gamers will run out and purchase a PS5 so they can play the sequel? I don't think it works that way, Herman. I'm sure some will, like maybe a few, but I don't think those numbers are big enough to really bank on them. I think PlayStation are still very, very early on in their understanding of how the PC market actually works. Point amply made by these comments from Hulst and the recent Helldivers debacle and the delisting of Ghost of Tsushima from nearly 200 countries and territories owing to that restrictive PSN requirement.
What a stupid move. What a stupid move by Sony. Having to require a PSN account in order to play your game, that's a foolish move. That's why Ghost of Tsushima suffered what it did. It may have been even bigger if it is they would have taken out that stupid requirement. But this is what Sony is doing presently. So next up, guys, this week we also saw Digital Foundry, looking at a new feature when it comes to Xbox. And what they are saying is that they were pleasantly surprised as to, this feature here on Xbox. So let me see if I could share this here with you guys. Let me share this here with you guys. Let me show you what I'm speaking about. Digital Foundry made, some interesting statements when it comes to, this here. Look at it.
And this is FSR3 off.
Now, remember that Phil Spencer said that there is no need to, bring out a mid-gen console, meaning like a Xbox Series X Pro or so, right? And of course, the gaming community criticized Phil Spencer and Xbox for doing that because in their mind, Xbox have to do the exact same thing as PlayStation to keep up, right? But there is still a possibility where it is when the PlayStation 5 comes out with the PlayStation 5 Pro, Xbox maybe a year after or 2 years after would release their next console. But we'll have to wait and see, right? Now, look at what Digital Foundry said here concerning these frames. Now, this is a game, I can't remember the name of this game, but they will say it in the interview. Listen.
Series X, because that was the patch that dropped first. And this is FSR3 off, and then FSR3 on. And you can see that obviously that the promise has been delivered. There is significant uplift in frame rates there. Based on my statistics here, I'm seeing a 72% increase in frame rate here.
Now, this is wild, guys. This is actually wild. Because of this FSR3, we are seeing that, certain games that maybe have the Unreal Engine 5 is getting some insane frames. So before FSR3 was implemented, they were getting like 54 frames, 40-something frames. And then after FSR3 was on, we are seeing frames going up, 100 frames, 75 frames, 90-something frames. That is crazy. This could be something that Microsoft would be able to use in order to keep up with the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, we do know that there are certain games that run even better on the Series X. For example, we had RoboCop. RoboCop ran better on the Series X, right? We also saw Alan Wake 2. That ran better on the Series X because the Series X have, better tools that would accommodate some of the features that the devs decided to use in those games. That is why we saw a higher frame rate, right? Now, it continues.
So on this intro scene to Chapter 3, which is a really good stress point, you can kind of see base frame rate at its worst, and then what happens when FSR3 is enabled. But in general play, what you'll generally find is that a game that kind of like operated in a 40 to 60 FPS area is basically now well into high refresh rate territory. I've got to stress that it only works if you've got 120 hertz mode available.
Yes, so it will only work maybe on a 120 hertz monitor, or if it is you have a TV that is capable of running 120 hertz.
It supports VSync on, VSync off. There's an option in the menu there, along with an FSR3 frame gen toggle. But crucially, it supports VRR, variable refresh rate, which is likely the best scenario for actually using this. So, John, that's actually a scenario you tested. So why don't you share some thoughts with us there?
Yeah, I was largely impressed. I mean, I think we were both very skeptical about FSR3 on consoles when AMD first revealed it, because you have to hit sort of a minimum frame rate generally to produce a playable experience. But even in this game, which can be quite variable with its native frame rate, the first thing I noticed was that it actually manages to feel responsive. It feels basically like a 60 FPS, maybe higher kind of game. It's not doing anything exceptional on this, but it still feels good, right? So it is not impeded by any sort of input delay, which is critical point number one. Then secondly, it comes down to...
Now, this is good news. This is good news because there are games currently on the Xbox Series consoles that suffers from poor frame rates. So now, if it is that this becomes fully utilized on the platform, maybe the devs could use this feature to, give their game higher frame rates. But it's here to use. I'm guessing, I don't know when Microsoft would roll it out, but this is very interesting.
Whether it can convincingly produce an image that looks like a 120 FPS game or near 120 FPS, right? HFR territory. And it does. It genuinely does. Like I was shocked seeing this work. It looks like a 120 FPS game, which immediately I was like, okay, this is extremely promising because we're looking at, regardless of its visual faults, this is an Unreal Engine 5 game that's taking advantage of the UE5 feature set, right? So it's a big, heavy thing. And now we have a scenario where we're basically getting 120 frames per second out of it, effectively. That's what it looks like, and that's what it basically feels like.
Yes. So this is what Sony is doing, or this is what rather Microsoft is using. They're using the technology that is there so that, they would have, good features and good functions on their platform, right? Now, let's look at something else, right? Let's look at the next story here. Now, I am seeing that according to the rumors, there are leaks. Yes, guys, there are a lot of leaks happening right now. Somebody call a plumber. Sony has leaks because we know that everyone is expecting this showcase, but it seems like the games has leaked ahead of time. Now, I'm hoping that Sony does have something to show. Ponies, you guys better.
Did you stop to pray?
You guys better stop and pray that Sony has some bangers on this showcase because you guys are going to get roast. I hope you guys have something to show. Now let's look at these rumors and tell me, let me put up a question on the screen. Let's look at some of these rumors. Right? Do you think the leaks are true or false? Right? Let's look at these leaks here. Right? Did I share it? Let me share it here. Boom. Bam. Look at these leaks here. Tell me if you think that these are leaks. Right? So according to Insider Gaming, PlayStation State of Play games list has been leaked. Let me see there. Let me see what's going on here. Adidas 20 just donated. Ponies! Yes, these ponies are sick, man. Thanks for that. Don't know. Let's go back to the website. So yes, PlayStation State of Play games list has seemingly been leaked. So notice what they say here, right? So they say the PlayStation State of Play games list have been leaked online ahead of today. So this don't have to be true, guys. I mean, I don't think it's true. But some of the games does look like some educated guess. Here what they're saying, right? The first leaks comes from whatever Nick on Twitter, who has been known to leak showcase games once the show have been uploaded to YouTube. So apparently this guy here has a track record of leaking the games, right? Now, look at some of these games that that they are saying that Sony is leaking, right? That is going to show in the showcase. Where the wind meets. Where the wind meets. What is that, guys? Could anybody tell me? This is what Sony is going to start with, where the wind meets. So the other game is Until Dawn. Well, all right, Until Dawn, not too bad. Now I'm seeing here there was heavy speculation and rumors that there would be a brand new Astrobot. Now I don't know how popular this series is on PlayStation, but I'm seeing that they are going full in with Astrobot. Could this be their new? Could this be Sony's Mario? Well, the last Astrobot did well. I mean, they did show the features that was on the DualSense controller. What would this Astrobot do new? Right? Monster Hunter Wilds. Yes, this game announced, I believe, in the last showcase, or the last Xbox showcase. God of War Ragnarok on PC. How long was God of War Ragnarok released on PlayStation 5? Was it a year yet, guys? So it's looking like Sony's really doing the year thing when it comes to releasing their franchises onto PC. Concord. Well, Sony has to say something about Concord, guys, because we know that this was shown about a year or two ago, and this is their next live services game. Now, I believe Sony is just, giving the last final breaths to VR, because I have not seen Sony said anything about VR for the past 2 or 3, for the past year. I mean, VR is not looking good, in my opinion, when it comes to PC. No, to PlayStation. No, I remember everyone saying that go out and buy a PlayStation VR. It will make you see better. It will make you walk faster. It would make you lose weight. But so far in this year, I find Sony is not supporting VR. What is going on with PlayStation VR? Come on. Then we have some other leaks saying, in addition to Nick's status, another supposed leaker has also filled in the gaps with the other 7 games that will be shown, which includes. I saw something pop up here. What up, KG Blitz? Sony is looking bad. They are, man. Sony is looking real bad out here, man. Thanks for that, Dono, man. Thank you. Yeah. So let's look at these other leaks. They're saying Marvel Rivals console port announcement. Marvel Rivals, is this a game that is like a turn-based game? I'm not familiar with this game. This Marvel Rivals games. Let me know if you all know about this game. But this is not sounding like a big AAA game. I mean, come on. A new Five Nights at Freddy. Well, okay, I'll give them Five Nights at Freddy. I know that fan base is very big. Five Nights at Freddy, that fan base, it have a big fan base. So I'll give them that. A new Dynasty Warriors. Good God, wow. What's this? Dynasty Warriors? This is what going to get you ponies hyped? Dynasty Warriors? Come on, man. If Sony shows Dynasty Warriors, I'm sorry, that is a L. That is a big L. Dynasty Warriors should have been out of here a long time ago. Blade Zero. Right? I don't know what this is. It sounds like a car racing game. And a new game from the Middle East. A new game from the Middle East. Well, this show, based on this leak, if this leak is true, it seems like it's going to be a snooze fest. It seems like there's a lot of multi-plat games will be in this state of play as well. Of course, showing it first on PlayStation would make some gamers think it's exclusive to PlayStation. But most of those games are does normally be multi-plat. But guys, tell me what you think. Do you think, here this question here, how many new games do you think Sony is going to announce in this showcase? Do you think they would announce any brand new games, any blockbuster games? What you guys think? Let me see if you guys would guess it right. Put your suggestions in the comments. Let me see all who gets it right that Sony is going to show or announce. I honestly believe that, to be quite frankly, Sony would have.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
They wouldn't have nothing, I don't think they would have anything that would excite their fans. Right now, their fans are starving. They want big games like, Wolverine. They want big games like Spider-Man. And it just so happened that we just saw Spider-Man sold 11 million, which is not bad for that type of game. But yeah, what Sony is going to do. Now, guys, tell me if you looked at my latest video. Let's see if it is. Let's see if I can play my latest video here for you guys, and tell me what you guys think. If it is, I did knock it out of the park with my new video. All right, let me share the screen here. Present, share screen. Right, tell me if I knocked it out of the park here with my latest video. Right? This is my latest video here. So tell me what you guys think about it. For you guys who didn't see it as yet, right? Listen to it. After a week of these Sony fans searching high and low for a PlayStation showcase. I love Pops, man. Look at Pops. Look at these Sony fans searching for this showcase. Look at these guys. I mean, these guys started to lose hope in PlayStation.
Really dead. It's like we get the games, Stellar Blade, this game, that game, and it's only just for a period of time.
You know what? Say what you want about Marlon. We know he's a pony. He claims to be neutral, but we know he's a flaming pony, right? But at least he's saying his frustration about Sony. All of these ponies out here is claiming that Sony is killing it. But Marlon is saying here what? This year, Sony is the driest thing we would have seen to the Sahara Desert, right? What up, Neon Berry? What up, Mr. Glass? What up, man? Look at this.
Just only for a short period of time. And it's like fart. It's like in the wind. It's gone.
This man is talking about fart here, man. He said all these latest games that Sony had, it's like a big fart.
Beg your pardon?
Oh, yes.
I beg your pardon?
And it's like, we're on to the next thing, right? And something is strange going on with Sony right now. I don't even know if you guys realize, bro, do you realize this is supposed to be the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, bro?
What up, Halamoko? What up? Where's the lies, man? Tell me the lies, Halamoko. Keston, what up, my brother?
It looks as though that we ain't getting no doggone showcase or no state of play.
Look how depressing these ponies was looking yesterday. Before Sony dropped that state of play yesterday, these guys were depressed.
And there's literally no hype. This makes my job.
Yes, they were hyping up PlayStation 2 games coming to the PlayStation 5. That is what these ponies were hyping up yesterday. Crazy PlayStation 2 games. This is what, and I thought you don't buy a new console to play old games. Why were these ponies hyping up PlayStation 2 games? Could anybody tell me that?
Harder as a creator. I got to come on here and I got to possibly bring up my blood pressure, possibly, trying to get people hyped that probably ain't even in the mood to be hyped, right? Because whatever they're going through right now, and there's no major announcement. It's like for the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, it is surely dead.
It's dead. These guys.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
These guys are getting nothing for the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. Absolute nothing. Right? Where's the video? Right?
What a shame.
What a shame.
What a shame. It's like, bro, we're fixing to be we're in June now. This is literally June. And there's literally nothing to be hype about with PlayStation. That's a problem. That's a massive friggin' problem. There is nothing. Okay. Sony been drip feeding us literally, you turn on your pipe and you just kind of.
You guys are thirsty. You guys are starving. You guys haven't seen a good 4-course meal in months. Drip feeding you guys, and you guys are saying Sony's killing it this year. What are you guys smoking? Sickness.
Crack it just a little bit and you see drips of water come. That's how Sony doing us right now. We're just getting little drops of information here and there, if any. The only thing we had last year was Spider-Man. And you're going through this year again.
Some Sony fans had the gall to say that Sony released over 50 games last year. So I am not lying. Some Sony fans were saying that Sony released VR games. They released a ton of games on PlayStation, and there was so much games to play. You guys got Uno games last year. What's going on here?
And all you have is Concord and Astrobot and, potentially, we don't even know if that's even happening.
Yes, these guys started to lose hope in PlayStation. Well, it just so happened that PlayStation did announce a showcase. Yes, a big showcase showing hardware, showing, brand new games, big blockbuster titles, big third-party deals. Oh, wait, they didn't? You guys are getting what? A state of play? But don't worry. You know how many leakers were saying that, the PlayStation 5 Pro would be shown in the next PlayStation showcase. And it will be very soon. You guys better buckle up and get ready for the hype. But look at this, a state of play. We know that normally the PlayStation showcases, they are the bigger shows. You understand? So let's see. I will be streaming that state of play later today. We are streaming it now. We are live, guys. We are live. What up, George? What up, Dolomite? We are live. Stephen Bishop. What up, man? Peace strong. What up, my brother? So tune in around an hour before the state of play. And no doubt we will react to all the bangers that PlayStation is dropping. All the baby steps that PlayStation would be dropping in that state of play. But the big news that came out from yesterday is that Mr. Pee Wee Herman himself has, addressed his financial backers. And he is saying, and he is claiming that the PlayStation 5 is the most profitable generation ever. And of course, news like that would trigger the PlayStation Defense Force, the PlayStation cheerleaders. They are now making their victory lap saying, wow, the PlayStation 5 is the most profitable, console of all time, or in all PlayStation consoles. But here at Island Gaming with Jay, we like to go a little deeper. We like to, not skim the surface when it comes to these news. We like to go a little deeper. Let us now look and see if everything that PlayStation is projecting, if this is really so, or is it all smokes and mirrors? Let's get it. Come on, let's get it, man.
This is a sickness.
Let's get it. So as most of you would have known by now, there was a lot of gaming news yesterday. One of them is that PlayStation would be having a state of play. Another one was a business update of sorts. There, the new CEO, or one of the new CEOs, Hermen Hulst, would have laid out PlayStation plans for the future. One of them is how they are going to treat with PC and also PlayStation when it comes to their software. Listen to Hermen Hulst as he addresses their PC strategy. Is it coming day and date? Listen to what he's saying here.
Indeed, we are bringing our titles to the PC platform, and we have a dual approach here. On the live service side, we are releasing our titles simultaneously, so day and date, on PlayStation 5 and PC.
Looking at Hermen Hulst, I can see that he is a trickster. I know a crook when I see a crook. This man is a crook. Pee Wee Herman, let's see if you are more of a crook than Jim Ryan was. Because Jim Ryan, he was a crook, but man, that guy used to get things done. Right? He would laugh in your face, sit down and eat cake and ice cream with you, and fire the whole office afterwards. Let's see what Hermen Hulst, Pee Wee Herman, do in his tenure.
But with our tentpole titles, our single-player or narrative-driven titles that are, as you saw in the presentation, the backbone of what PlayStation Studios has delivered in recent years and in our history, we take a more strategic approach and we introduce our great franchises to new audiences, and we're finding new audiences that are potentially going to be very interested in playing, for example, sequels on.
Anonymous Boss, what up, man? What up?
On the PlayStation platform. We have high hopes that we're actually able to bring new players into PlayStation at large, but into PlayStation platforms specifically. Actually, the same goes for the work that we do with extending our great properties onto other media, such as television series and film, for example, as you have seen with The Last of Us on HBO or Gran Turismo, the film that brings in new players into our franchises as well.
So there you have it. Here we have Hermen Hulst, laying out there. Now, guys, I want you guys to listen to this argument and tell me if this argument is a good argument or if I am missing the boat altogether. Listen, strategy when it comes to games going on other platforms. They are looking at it as in two ways. The first way is that all of their live services games will be coming day and date with PC. What they are saying there is that because of doing this, they are seeing some avenues where they can get new players to come on to the PlayStation. So let me get this correct, PlayStation fans and the PlayStation leadership. So you are going after a fan base, which is the PC fan base, who did not even want to subscribe to a PSN subscription on PC. But you are now trying to sell the notion. Is something wrong with the sound quality, guys? Are you guys hearing me? Is it poor or what? Is the song good? That here what? You are going to get PC gamers, once they get these old games to play, when the sequels come out, they will go and purchase a $500 console with all the peripherals and so forth to play a franchise that they would have played on the PC. His best Hermen Hulst tells me that a mongoose will fly over my house tomorrow eating a hot bowl of ramen. Those PC fans who game, already have a 15 or 12 to $1,500 PC. Why would they want to spend $500 additional just to play one game that they may have liked on the PC? No, they would wait as how they would have all. Honestly, the Sony leadership thinks they don't understand these PC guys. They are different beasts altogether. They don't care for PlayStation in the slightest. That would have shown, we would have seen that with this whole debacle with the Helldivers 2 and so forth. You're seeing here that the PC community don't care much about PlayStation. Give us your games, we'll play it. Don't ask us to be counted in your numbers. Always done over the years. But you know what's funny? This is the same strategy that Microsoft said that they were doing with their franchises. Yes, Microsoft would have said that they are going to put some of their older franchises. None of the franchises that Microsoft would have put onto PlayStation were months old. They were at least a year old. Some went up to at least 4 to 5 years old, right? They are putting these older franchises onto the PlayStation platform so that, they can get persons to know about these franchises. So when a sequel does come out, PlayStation fans would. So it's the same exact thing Microsoft is doing, and Microsoft is being criticized for it. But we know how the gaming media goes. Let's see. Be enticed to purchase even a Series S to play these sequels. That was the Xbox model. That was Phil Spencer and his management team model. And Sony is saying that they are doing the same thing when it comes to PC gamers. They want to entice PC gamers to buy a sequel by first giving them a taste of older AAA. So guys, I'll stop the video here. This is a great video. If you haven't seen it as yet, go on my channel and watch it. And you can come back to the live stream. This is a very good video, in my opinion. Of course, I'm biased, but it is what it is. I'm seeing that we are 4 minutes away from the showcase. So let's get ready. So let me tell you how this is going to go. I am going to laugh at some of these games. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to laugh. Any game that rubs me the wrong way, they are going to get this. They are going to be booed off the stage. They are going to be booed by The Simpsons, right? Any game like Baby Steps, like Kitten City or what have you, I am going to laugh at them. So let's see if we can get ready for this live stream. Let's see here. Let me share my screen. Let's see if we can hook up. Let's see if we could hook up here for this live stream. PlayStation live stream. Where is it? PlayStation showcase. Let's see. A lot of people are streaming, man. Should we watch it on IGN? No, I won't watch it on IGN. MBG. Where is Sony stuff, man? Let me see. Sony State of Play. I'm not seeing Sony here. Let's know, guys. Hold up. Let's see if we can get Sony's live stream up. I think I had it here first. Here it is. Oh, this is IGN. So, 3 minutes away, what you guys are expecting in this live stream, guys. What are you guys expecting? Are you guys seeing it? State of play. What are you guys expecting in this live stream? Let me know. Let me know. All right. Hey, look, someone sent it in the chat here, man. That's now. Let me see it here. Let me see if I can get this here. I think Kevin sent it. Oh yeah. Let's go. So let me see if I can get it here. Right. Right. So yeah. So we have the live stream up. Let me just share it here for you. Let me take off IGN. Take off IGN. Let me go to Sony themselves. So what are you guys expecting, man? What are you guys expecting from this Sony live stream? Any bangers? Any baby steps? What are you guys expecting from the Sony live stream? How am I not getting this thing here, man? Let's just run. I'm not getting it, Kevin. Let's just run. Let's just run it from.
Time you say the word out loud,
IGN.
you delay it another 5
It's supposed to be starting now.
You can't do that. Really? I thought we had an agreement.
Is that how it works with Bloodborne?
I don't know. It feels like it.
I think it's just not enough people.
Okay, I think it started. All right, let me.
We gotta ring that bell. Bring in some PvP people up in here.
Yeah.
I think it started here. Right, let me share it here, guys. Let me share it here for you guys. I think I have it here now. Windows. Are you guys seeing it? So, what is going on here, man? Just now, guys, bear with me. I'm getting it up here now. I'm getting it up here. Oh, Lord. Right. This is it here. I have it. Here it goes. Share screen. Are you guys seeing it? Are you guys seeing it? Oh God.
Enjoy.
Right, you guys seen it there now? How is the volume?
It wasn't the plan. It was a spontaneous, creative decision made after years of careful research.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the upload?
A few more minutes. Hey, start time. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
No. Where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back on the ship saying, trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then that was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
If we don't leave with this blue light,
Amar, we will. We will.
I'll be waiting outside.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What? This?
Funny.
Slow them down a little for you. Meet at the rendezvous point.
Wait, what? Where's the rendezvous? I didn't catch that.
Copy that, Bill.
Shield out!
Well played. You are wounded.
Fine. I only got one of my legs.
How are those hands? How bad is it? You're still mad at me?
Let me just say, guys, this is a lot of CGI here. A lot of CGI, but let's go.
One off. This is you.
I am developing a taste for destruction. Goodbye.
This would be a very dishonorable way for us all to die.
Don't worry. Nobody's dying dishonorably. And also, we're bringing this back with us. Hey, Mark. What are you doing?
Getting us to the rendezvous point.
No!
Perhaps we should have let go also.
Enough. Do not dare.
Well, we were supposed to stick together.
If you let go, I swear I will be.
Oh, look, there they are.
Hi. What the? I am glad you avoided a dishonorable death.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Or something.
I knew this was going to work.
This wasn't the plan.
The one we started with. All right. Another satisfied customer. Goods delivered. I send everyone their cut.
Ooh, yeah.
So do you, carry it around with you for emergency bland situations or whatever?
Hey, Mara. Don't joke about something like this.
Our next job is somewhere with less scaffolding.
No scaffolding. Zero scaffolding. I promise. We were apart for so long. I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
According to Kareem, this does give me a kind of bootleg Guardians of the Galaxy. He's correct.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord Galaxy. In Concord, from the moment you log on, you are part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners. Free gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars. They take high-stake jobs on worlds across wild space, where they face other fiercely competitive free gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
Free gunning. It's hard work, but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted. Being a free gunner means, well, you're free.
Right on target. Yeah, you better run.
Free gunners have a shot at making something of themselves, a chance to be someone.
All right.
does this graphic remind you guys of Play-Doh? I find that it looks like a Play-Doh finish.
Why not?
And in the wilds, it's anyone's game. You won't survive on your own.
Target blinded.
Finally, to battle. Endless rage!
What?
We risk our lives every day to do the job.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them the big guns. That's me.
This crew will go anywhere. Take any job. Face any enemy. We're the free gunner crew of the North Star. And together, we're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
The crew is gathering. Would you like to join us for game night?
With Concord, we leaned on the strengths and background of our team to make a tight, well-balanced FPS that feels great to play. We focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong gameplay foundation of tight core movement, precise visceral shooting, and expressive abilities.
We ended up finding ourselves influenced a lot by fighting games and even strategy games in the interesting way that the asymmetry of their characters.
And P Strong is correct. Does this look like a next-gen game to you guys? This looks like any other free-to-play shooter it has right now. I mean, what is the excitement about? What are they doing new here? Right? I will give this reveal on Concord a depressing 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. Depressing.
There are healing pads, domes, explosive traps, lane blocking walls, all kinds of ways to support your team or disrupt your enemies. Coordinated teams can set up and plan ahead, and depending on where and when it happens, players can shift the battlefield to their advantage.
We've got everything from mystics and medics to gunslingers and sparked robots. Every character brings their own unique personality, skills, and wide-ranging perspectives to the crew. Every week, when you log into Concord, you will be welcomed with a new cinematic vignette that will give you a chance to see our characters off the job.
This is like
they
Overwatch.
will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships and unpack the broader Concord galaxy.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July, followed by Concord's global launch on August 23rd, 2024.
All right. These ponies are getting a game. These ponies are getting a game for 2024. Concord, June the 6th. June the 6th. Yes, Concord. Get you ponies have to get yourselves ready for it.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you? A calm and reasonable person.
Guys, the leaks might have been right, huh? Because look, they are talking about God of War coming to PC.
The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok.
You will die, Kratos of Sparta.
Death can have me. When it burns me.
Play it best on the PC. Super ultra wide support. Wow. Can't get on a PlayStation. Look out!
Great only by find you if you let it. Do what is necessary. Not because it is written.
Yeah, guys, all the leaks was correct. It seems like the leaks, they were correct.
Soldiers and officials alike oppress the people for personal gain, and the people must turn to thievery for food. Perhaps this is heaven's way of lamenting the state of the land. Men are powerless at the feet of the divine. But even so, someone must act.
This is Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, the leaks were true, guys. And this Dynasty Warriors, who is playing that, man?
Momo. I think I was dreaming.
Momo?
It wasn't a dream. We were really transported to Mirrorland.
This is what we're talking about. This is what these ponies deserve. Look at this game here.
Are you ready for it?
Yes, man. Look at this. We are ready for it. Come on. Yeah, man. Hey! I can see you ponies enjoying this game, walking in the fields with the flowers and so forth, jumping and hopping.
Is it you who pursues infinity? Or is infinity awaiting?
Infinity and beyond, ponies. You guys can do it.
Shields. I have seen the miracles you so claim. Until the towering shadows vanished into the mist.
I pray for their grace, but all that came were inferior shades.
Why do we have to bear the consequences of such power?
Time. War.
This is looking like Phantom Blade Zero. Most likely is that. I don't know.
These essences shall not fall into your treacherous hands. Wayward emissaries, grant us the forgotten miracles. Rain fire from above. Rest as I plan. Need a sprinkle of madness.
Remember, no matter what happens,
Is this Phantom Blade Zero?
leave this world.
Okay. I'll give them this one. This one was a bit cool. I'll give them that one. That's more like a 7 or 8. That's more like a 7 or 8 out of 10, that game. It looks like a Elden Ring or something like that.
I thought I could be a hero and break the curse. But I was a fool. There's no hope here. And the gods that walk among us?
This looks horrible. The graphics in this looks horrible. I'm just going to say that. VR, persons are getting cataract from VR. Why is Sony even supporting VR? Come on, man.
Your head is mine!
The poison in my veins begs me to kill.
I'll put you in the ground! The power of our God is immeasurable!
Thought I could be a hero. But heroes don't survive the Forsaken Lands. Only monsters do.
Get ready for full-blown cataract with this game, Pony. It's full-blown. Nah, man, these graphics in it. Is this PlayStation 3? What's up with these graphics?
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. I'm back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles coming to PlayStation, starting with a highly anticipated PvP shooter, playable soon on PS5.
Let's see what you have for us, Sean Benson. Yeah, this is the Marvel game.
All realities converge here. Destiny
Okay,
awaits.
okay. This looking kind of cool, guys. Let's see.
Stronger together.
Unleashed!
Who needs a power-up? Free fire zone.
Embrace the chaos.
Insignificant attacks. Healing power. I'm back, baby. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Time to tough it out. Gonna get sticky.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Okay, let's see how mankind has conquered space.
That's now. Galactor is now a woman. Just as what P. Strong said, this is most likely multiplat. Yeah, this is where wins meet. I remember talking about this game. It looks okay. It looks okay. Not gonna cap it. Looks good.
Hello, friends and fans. I'm super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
Is this?
Nice one.
This most likely is the Five Nights at Freddy game.
Yeah.
Save tonight.
It means so much to me that we're all still here together.
Fight the break of dawn.
I feel like someone's watching us.
There's just no one out there. Let's make this one trip we will never forget.
Mike, Emily?
I was down there.
You were?
It was horrible.
I don't want to make hasty decisions that get everyone killed.
No!
We should stay put right here until dawn.
Jessica!
You can't let me die!
Okay. Until dawn. So the leaks is like 90% accurate so far.
Ogham was once a peaceful land, but each day descends further into madness. Famine and plague besiege us. The very earth is being poisoned. The Count's men, once our protectors, have turned on us. And now they come for me.
Most likely this is part of Exile 2.
I must be the one to face this nightmare.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself!
But I need not do it alone.
Good God, that's a demon. But yes, be strong on another multiplat.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something...
This is how Silent Hill is going to look. This game doesn't look good.
Maybe.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here.
What kind of thing is that, then?
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please. No, please.
October 8th, these ponies are getting a game here, man. October 8th.
Capcom announced this next game last December, offering just a glimpse of what's in store for their celebrated franchise. Today, I am so excited to share the first full gameplay trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great!
You bet.
I hope we find them soon.
Let me just say, this is another multiplat again.
Incredible! I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big before.
One of them's got big spikes on its back.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right! The sandstorm!
Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
What's up with that guy with that tongue, man? Control that, man. I find the frame rate is all over the place in this game.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right. Another multiplat. Look, you guys get some cats here, ponies, exclusive cats. Meow! Yeah, this is the Astrobot here. This is the Astrobot here.
What did you say your name was?
So this is what Sony is trying to do to combat Mario. I mean Astrobot. It looks alright.
Be sure to visit PlayStation blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days of Play. This global celebration runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation Store, great new content coming to PlayStation Plus, and much more.
Is that it?
PlayStation.
Is that it? Come on, Sony. Come on, man. I thought Sony would have blown us away, man. What was that? Was that the state of multiplats? No. Tell me something, guys. Tell me something. Tell me how many games was exclusive there for the PlayStation. Do you guys know? Well, I know the Astrobot was exclusive. I know the Concorde was exclusive. And which one was the Where the Winds Meet exclusive? I don't think that was exclusive. No, that too is a multiplat. Well, the Alien VR was exclusive. The two VR games were exclusive. But the vast majority of the games shown today were multiplats. This is the best that Sony has to show. These are the bangers that these ponies were, saying that they were about to get.
This is a sickness! It is deviant.
A sickness. It is a sickness, guys. Now, out of 10, I would give this show a 6.5. They did show some interesting games, I would agree, but the majority of games, it was not enticing. The majority of games you can play on other platforms. Where are the PlayStation bangers, guys? Yes, I agree with you, Boss Red. Boo on you, shame on you, Sony, boo! Let me get that super chat there. Yataza. The most embarrassing lineup with no big titles. I agree with you 110%. They really didn't have anything to show. And I believe that this was because of the interim CEO. He scrapped a lot of things, that interim CEO, before he passed the mantle on to the new CEOs. And because of that, that kind of maybe would have delayed certain games from being showed from Sony. But really and truly, they had nothing big, they had nothing engaging. I would not just cap. There was certain things that they showed that showed well. Where the Winds Meet showed well. The Marvel game showed well. There was another game I missed. It seemed to be like a Japanese-inspired game that also showed well. So they had games that showed well, but the thing is, those games are multiplats. In addition to that, we know that these ponies were excited for that Barbie in the Garden game. These guys are going to pick flowers like crazy. These guys are going to pick roses, dandelions. Ponies will be galloping in these fields and that Barbie field like crazy. So I know they will go off on that game. God of War Ragnarok on PC, we saw that. We saw the Monster Hunter Wilds. We saw the Path of Exile. That's just a Diablo copy. We saw the Dynasty Warriors, rubbish. Silent Hill to me looks terrible. I don't know what they're doing with the graphics with that game. That game looks terrible, right? We didn't see that Phantom Blade Zero game, right? But all in all, this is the state of play. This state of play gets a 6.5 out of 10 and one of this.
Oh, no! One and done! He ain't getting up!
And done. So look out for my next video, guys. Thank you guys for rocking out on this live stream with me. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the super chats, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.